how to overcome an extreme sense of hopelessness. Let's be real about how we perceive hopelessness. And that seems to be, right? Whether you're walking out the front door, arriving into your workplace, you're going to be moving in the external world. Then you're going to notice a shift in your internal state. And I use external and internal distinctions, although I'm not necessarily saying they're separate, okay? Because as you move through your life, let's say you walk out the front door, and then you can notice how that action of changing the environment, right? Inside, open front door, now outside, new things entering your perception, sensation, and then thought. So we're moving through this life, breaking down with extraordinary precision the mechanism which creates thought, the mechanism in which thought is born through. Why go there, Justin? Well, as if I'm not saying don't think, but I am hinting at hopelessness. The question, let's look at the question. Can hopelessness be present while thought is not present? And the hopelessness seems to sprout from a sense of self. So we have a sensation in our outer movement, right? My name's Justin. I look like this. So we clearly have a sense of self. We are individuals. That being said, can we notice the mechanism in which our individuality makes itself known? Can thought be seen on a moment-to-moment basis without effort, if we try to be mindful, we're missing the point. And see, I used to practice meditation as a habit, a routine, but you're going to get to a point in your awareness where you see that even doing, maybe the quote best will describe this, but that which gets you to one place may not be what you need to get to another place, okay? How does hopelessness link into, first of all, trying to do things, and second of all, mechanistic routine and habit? So we're looking at how thought is the root to hopelessness, and what is also stemming from thought is the mechanistic life. Oh, I have an idea, right? The idea is that meditation will somehow, we're using meditation as an example, meditation will somehow make my life better, right? So then you say, okay, I'm going to meditate 15 minutes every morning. But you need to go through this, first of all. I'm not saying feel bad about if you have habits in your life. I'm not saying that. Because there is the external world, so therefore we do need a layer of structure, but don't confuse the word structure with mechanistic routine and habit. Two different things. There's a contrast. The beauty's the contrast. You know, the problem is the labeling of the differences and then the judgment of the differences. But if we can look neutrally, then you see the beauty is in the contrast, and you can learn through feeling the contrast and not being obsessed with thinking and judging, analyzing the differences. This is structural here. You can use this for any avenue of life, whether it be career, relationships, financials, as you square yourself away. See, awareness is going to be useless if you are acting as if you know something. But awareness is the tool to end hopelessness if you live your life with a skeptic quality, not a conspiracy-like quality, but a open, compassionate question. An ability to Be skeptical and question. That's the key to letting awareness be a true tool. And you see, this is where I don't use the word intuition often, as in so frequently we cannot see how tricky our thinking mind can be. And a lot of us tend to label intuition wherein it's just our thinking mind. It's just the extension of our sense of self. And the sense of self, if anything, if you get anything from this, first of all, you cannot be hopeless if you're aware of the mechanism in which sense of self invites memory, and memory invites thought. Just sit with that. It's funny because as you listen to that, when you think about it, it's going to seem complicated. But if you just listen, you're going to understand. There's a contrast. Again, the beauty is in the art of listening free of analyzing. So can you listen to me here and notice your mind start thinking, agreeing, disagreeing, justifying, rationalizing, analyzing the things that I say? Because what I'm getting to here is I'm not important. I speak to you, but I'm not talking to you with a motive. I'm sharing what I need to hear, and maybe I'm not fully alone in what we need to hear, right? Maybe I'm sharing what we all need to hear. And therefore, it has nothing to do with me. It's so much more about the message. It's not even about the words that I say, but the essence behind the words. If you'll zoom out and more so look at what I'm saying in terms of sequences and spirals and seasons, rather than analyzing word by word, sentence by sentence, but just listen to this in its totality. Kind of, see, the key here to noticing the mechanism, this is a big hint, but it's not something you need to obsess over. But you can't be hopeless if you're not stuck in chronological time. That doesn't mean miss your appointment, stop going to the office, get rid of your bank account. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can live your life aware of when thought and chronological time arise in your being, you can notice that. And that noticing expands the awareness, which, it seems to be the thing that humanity is missing. And I don't know, I can't force this into existence. That would be me trying with a motive, just nonsense. But can we learn to see that hopelessness carries fruit when it's not analyzed? That the winds, which are energy, and then we label the energy with words, and the words invite our memory. And that memory is not the pure sitting with what we're feeling, because that entire mechanism is unfolding, and then we're reliving our past in the present as we think. But is there a way to look at life, to move through the world aware of the fact that you're thinking, and therefore inviting a new space, maybe a fresh energy, which doesn't need labeling? An energy so clear, so compassionate, free, that it almost naturally teaches us what we are, right? And what happens when we learn about what we are and then let that freedom guide us in daily life? See, that's a good question right there. Good. It's a good question. I don't know. It matters. It'll be good if you take that question to paper and sincerely not agree with me, but question that. Look into it, inquire into the question, but don't accept the question. Because if I'm your authority, if you believe the things I say without questioning what I say, or feeling if it's true for you as well, that's what we're talking about here. I can't have people agree with me. That's not what I'm here for, right? I need you guys to have an openness but a skepticism, right? It's that balance. So that's what I'll leave you with, honestly. if you're interested, if you're interested in more content of this nature, I also write emails, 3 to 4 emails every week. Sign up down below. You'll also get a free gift. So it's a win-win, right? Enjoy your day, first of all. Appreciate you guys second. And let's go. Come on, man. Let's go.